Hi guys, GB News were doing their bit to attack Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, but also no doubt to prop up the Tory vote at the upcoming by-election in Uxbridge, the old seat of Boris Johnson. Khan is planning to do something terrible. He wants to provide free meals to all primary school children in the capital from September. Anne Widdecombe was invited onto the show to speak about this, probably because she had nothing better to do. And of course she attacked the idea. Why? Well, because it isn't means tested. I'll explain why her position is stupid just after this.
And a quick one on London Mayor Sadiq Khan, who is to provide free meals for all primary school pupils in London from September. Of course, we don't want little ones going hungry. That's a tragedy. But is it the government's job to feed our children?
I know it is not the government's job to feed children, but the awful thing about this proposal is this is going to be every single primary school child, every single one. Including the children of middle-class parents, wealthy parents, parents who can quite easily afford school meals. So there's going to be a huge waste of expenditure where it isn't needed. Now, I'm all for helping the children of the seriously poor and disadvantaged. I'm all for that. I don't have a problem with that. But that should be addressed through the benefit system. And the parents are ultimately responsible. And that is how it should be. I mean, the idea that you feed the children of Labour MPs who send their children to state schools on principle while tutoring them at home, the idea that you feed them, why? Why should we be feeding the children of those who can afford to?
Okay, there's a very dark undertone here about, she sort of hid it in her response about, well, parents have to be ultimately responsible. They're not responsible for government policies. And notice how the host here talked about, well, should the government be feeding children? It isn't the government. The government have made the children hungry. It's the Mayor of London who's trying to undo the damage of the Tory government. Anyway, so on the surface, you would imagine Anne Widdecombe is correct. Why would you be feeding the children of rich parents? Isn't it a waste of money? Well, there's a number of things that have driven Sadiq Khan to do this. One is the stigma connected to free school meals. So generally, free school meals are for poorer families. And there are cases of children being bullied at school because they're poorer. This would eliminate it because every child would be treated the same. So on a humanitarian level, yes, I fully support this. This would eliminate this aspect of bullying. Is it going to get rid of all bullying? Of course it's not. But it would get rid of this bullying that exists within the school system where the rich children look down their nose on the poor ones who are queuing with their printed out a coupon or whatever to get the free school meal. But also, when it's means tested, there's a cost. There's a bureaucracy there that has to be paid for. So you have to have an office that look into, okay, which families get it and which families don't. You have to hire staff to do that. And then, of course, you're going to have an overlap where maybe a family applies for it and fails because they don't meet the threshold. And then later on, because of inflation, they do meet the threshold, but it's too late. So you're going to have areas where people deserve it, but they don't get it, or people get it when they don't deserve it. And there's a bureaucracy there that has to decide which people receive it and which people don't, and when they receive it and when they don't. So there's a cost that both the host here and, of course, Anne Widdecombe is ignoring. That's a waste of money, but they don't have a problem with that. And then this idea that, well, we just do it through the benefit system. Okay, well, once again, that brings us back to the first point. It stigmatizes the children who are poorer. But then Anne Widdecombe's response to that probably would be, well, it's not, let's blame the parents for not working hard enough or being, work shy, feckless layabouts or spending too much on cigarettes or on booze or something like that. This is a good policy. Yes, you're going to give free school meals to people who don't need it. But like a UBI, a universal basic income, you actually cut the cost of bureaucracy. And this cost is actually a bigger saving than actually if you were to avoid giving it to richer people. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.